Shaun, back to home action this weekend. Last home game of 2016, and again heading to the game of good form and looking to continue that.
Yeah, that's the we want to end it well. Of course, it's last home game of the year, on the back of some really good results, good performances as well. Again, same old message from me. It's going to be difficult. We're going to need absolutely everybody behind us this weekend. Crewe are going to want to obviously address their season on how it's kind of transpired of late. But for us, we've got to keep the intensity as high as it has been, and we've got to make sure that we're fully focused on the job that we can do.
I've just touched upon the intensity there, and it seems across the last sort of 3 or 4 weeks that the performance level has lifted each week as it goes along, and I guess now, as you say, it's a case of maintaining that.
Well, yeah, of course, we're now getting into that second zone of the season now. I look upon it, that period before Christmas where things settle down and suddenly the league starts to develop in terms of perhaps who's going to finish in certain positions at the end of it. And we're in a group just below the top 6 or 7 where we feel comfortable of being in at this moment in time. But it's took time, it has took time, and it's took a lot of messages out on the training field and a lot of patience, but a lot of hard work as well to propel us into this level where we are. And we don't want it to end there, we want to make sure that we keep driving.
Obviously the message at the start of the season was very much everyone within the first team group keep their heads and keep concentrating what the task in hand is now. I guess when you flip that, and you're obviously on a run of success as you are at the moment, it's the same message and continuing to have that sort of philosophy as you work forward.
Well, it is absolutely the same, in terms of not getting too down and despondent when things weren't going our way for them first 8 games. We're not getting above ourselves now, where it's been a positive few weeks. Nothing's won or lost in the months of August, September, October, November or December, and we know it's not going to be settled until right at the very last minute. So all we've got to continue to do now is just doing our jobs, and the jobs that everybody's doing at this moment in time have been of high quality.
Talking about the job in hand this weekend against Crewe Alexandra, and an opportunity again to take on tough opposition but move slightly higher up the table.
Well, yeah, just mentioned there, they'll be disappointed with the last few weeks that they've played. And certainly, without a doubt, somebody's going to pay. We have to make sure it's not us this weekend. We have to make sure that all the hard work and all the plans that we've put in place over this last 3 or 4 months is continued for this weekend. I'll only ever look at the next opponent. I'll never look what's round the corner. It's just concentrate on your job this weekend, everybody, and everybody's got a role to play. The players have got a role, me, coaching staff have all got a role, and the fans have too. The fans have got a role to keep continually getting behind us and making it a really good stadium to play in. The Cams glass, when it is rocking and everyone's right behind us, it's a pretty formidable place, and everybody respects that and appreciates it when everyone's pulling in that same direction. And we've seen that of late, and we've just seen that when everybody comes together, just what we can achieve. But let's look upon this Saturday as another opportunity to again do ourselves justice and keep them levels of performance really high.
Of course, as always, it's always a team effort, and very much been that case in the last few weeks. But when you've got the likes of someone like Luke Berry in the form he is in, how much is it about playing to your advantage and playing to your strengths when he's in that sort of form?
Well, you mentioned, don't you? We all mention about the strength of the group. The group now is not just 11. We've got a number of 16, 17, 18. We saw the impact of a substitution and how it was made for us last weekend away at Hartlepool. What my message is to all the players is that don't get too down and despondent when you're not involved, because you are involved. Everybody's involved at this football club. And you mentioned, standout players, and obviously Luke's hitting the headlines, and rightly so. He's a good player, and he's a great lad, and I'm delighted for him. But he knows as well as anybody else that he couldn't have achieved what he has if it wouldn't have been for his teammates. So it's a common understanding of what's brought us a success of late, and it's again the same message for me is not to get carried away with it. Don't get carried away with it. This is a hard industry. It's a hard job. And I have to make sure that our lads are fully focused on the job in hand.
Certainly won't be looking any further than this Saturday and the game against Crewe Alexandra, but just in terms of the Christmas period more generally, you've experienced it now as a player and a manager. Just how different is that to your regular sort of routine Saturday to Tuesday sort of throughout the season?
Well, it's set in stone. We know exactly where we're going to be, what days we're training, what days we've got off. Travel arrangements have all been made, hotel arrangements have all been made. So there's no grey areas. It's absolutely not going to change. We have to make sure that let's affect Saturday first, and then we'll look at the Boxing Day fixture. But everybody knows where they're going to be. I think that's really important. As a player, this is a special time of the year. I've got a young family myself. I can't wait to spend some quality time with them, and we'll try and do that. But the main focus is definitely on the football.
Just finally, one quick mention for the youth team. Obviously progressed last night into round 4 of the FA Youth Cup. You were there yourself, saw it, and a great performance in the second half particularly.
Oh, without a doubt, yeah. First half was tough. I think Mark and his coaching staff would have understood that it was going to be a difficult night, and they made a real big call at half time. Changed the system, changed the formula, and it worked really, really well. I just mentioned about a sub who came on for us last week. They made a sub and it changed the whole game for us. So delighted for the youth team. Delighted, absolutely. The FA Youth Cup's a special competition to play in when you're 16 to 18 years old. So to have that opportunity now to play down at the the Amex down in Brighton is a wonderful achievement. Great night for them. I think everybody shared their excitement last night, which is probably sums up what the club's all about at this moment in time.